Hey y'all, Hot Rods Woodshed here. So I want to give you a little info in case you're interested in such a thing. So I got this 57 Chevy right here, and I'm going to put tubular A-arms on the front of it. So I cheaped out and purchased these tubular A-arms here, these Chinese ones. And there's a lot of people on eBay selling them, and everybody wants to stick their own brand name on them. But from what I've seen, they are all the same product. These were bought from one different person, and these were bought from a different person, and they look identical the same. All the hardware is exactly the same. Everything, even down to the blue anodized aluminum bushings here, they're all the same. So I noticed a reviewer online that was giving a comparison to Global West, and I will say, here's my findings so far. So Global West says, all these bushings are all very much like the Global West that I have seen. So I don't see any difference in them so far. But here's a big difference right here. This bushing in Global West is supposed to press in, right? Here it just slides in, and it's got just a little bit of slop in it side to side, probably about 30 thousandths slop in it. So, and I found that to be the case here and on these, on both of mine. So, which is important because if you'll notice, and remember, these have grease fittings on them, and this little hole is supposed to line up with that grease fitting right there. So, they're snug, but they are not tight. They're not press in, and they could spin around, and the grease hole would not even line up. So, I'm going to try to make the best of a bad situation, and I'm going to try an experiment and see what happens here. So, I'm going to use them, but I've got to make these solid so they don't turn. So, I thought about using epoxy to like coat it with epoxy and then press it together and essentially glue the bushing inside of the cylinder here. And I think I could get it out, but I've got this polyurethane Gorilla Glue, which any polyurethane glue will work, and it expands and gets really hard. So I'm going to give it a try. I was looking at the shear strength, and it's up there with the like epoxy. So anyway, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to glue these in, lining the hole up and glue them in and see what happens and give an update in a few months to see how it works out so that these do not turn. Other than that, I don't see any problems with any of these A-arms. None at all. They even has the rubber cup here and the rubber cushion and the ball joints already installed. So anyway, it's exactly the same hardware on both of them from one to another. So don't be fooled by one eBay seller saying his is one brand name and another guy saying his is a different brand name. They all come from the same place. Anyway, I'll give you a review and let you know how it works out. Peace out, y'all.